Please welcome Jesse Eisenberg. Beloved, Jesse.
This is what my life is like now.
It is, right?
No.
You just walk down the streets of New York and people just erupt in cheers?
Well, they're standing already when we pass on the street.
That is.
Yeah, but they will start clapping.
That's respect right there, right?
Yeah.
This is what a career in the arts gets you in America.
Almost no one sits down when I pass them on the street.
God bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you. The movie is great.
Thank you.
Were you thinking like, oh,
thank you.
Were you thinking, oh, I'm going to do a Holocaust film, but with humor? Were you like, oh, that trope again?
Yeah, exactly. Another hysterical Holocaust.
Here we go.
No, I was thinking the exact. I mean, I was thinking like really like if I'm going to do a movie about like this theme, and it's something that's on my mind all the time as you know, like third generation American Jew from Poland.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to just make something that felt like something I had not seen before, something like not sanctimonious or academic. There are a lot of Holocaust movies that give you the sense that like they're punishing you for being in the audience and not being brave enough to be in this film.
Right.
You know, so I didn't want to do that.
Well, this film really it dissects grief.
Right.
And how we deal with grief, how we internalize it.
Yeah.
But it also places grief next to historical grief.
Exactly.
Is that something that you were grappling with early on in like the writing process? Is that sort of the nugget you wanted to unpack?
This is the nugget I've been trying to unpack for like 20 years. Like once I learned about my family's like history, I just became so aware of like my own good fortune, but also my own misery compared to their horrible fortune and the way they appreciate the world. And like I just couldn't reconcile like why am I miserable when my life is so like fundamentally safe and fine, and why did they seem happier than me when they suffered? And I still can't figure it out, but I suppose it comes from like some lack of meaning in my life, and so that's kind of what the script came out of.
And so after going through this process, you still have that lack of meaning and clarity?
For some reason, the lack has gone deeper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
It's just like a worthless pursuit.
It's even worse because like now, I mean, and I thank you so much for like clapping and everything, but like because I'm like...
but a waste of time, but a total waste of time.
No, but like being like celebrated for something where I was trying to like find like meaning in my good life, and now my life got like, let's say 3 or 4% better because of the movie, people like it. And now I don't even know what to do.
Yes. So are you happier?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Not
now
at all. It's not even a 3% happier?
No, because the abyss got bigger, and so now I'm just, I think, more confused.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what your next film will be about, like ambition and the emptiness there and the confusion you have?
Exactly. It's called The Abyss.
The Abyss?
Yeah.
Oh, I got bad news for you. That movie might exist.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to make it. I'll make something else.
Yeah, we get something completely different.
Okay.
I love this. I want to talk about a scene. I don't think it's a spoiler.
Okay.
There's a scene in this movie where Kieran Culkin is a complicated, difficult person.
Yeah.
And he says goodbye to the tour guide after some time with this tour guide.
Yeah.
And there's this beautiful scene where the tour guide sort of explains to him how meaningful he was, even though he was so difficult. And then he says goodbye to you in a heartbeat and walks away.
Yeah.
And we laughed. I was in the theater. Everybody laughed. It was a very funny moment. And I talked with my wife about this afterwards. I was like, who do I want to be in this moment? I'm curious. There is this character who is complicated, but consequential.
Right.
And in a lot of pain.
Right.
And this other character who lacks consequence in other people's lives.
That's right.
But in some ways, less pain.
It's stable.
It's somewhat stable.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you are writing that and working through that, like, where do you project yourself in? Who should I be in that situation?
Yeah, that's my big question. I mean, like, my character and also me, Jesse, I'm so envious and jealous of people like Kieran's character, who kind of walks in late to a room, but somehow everybody loves him, and I get there early, and I'm helped setting up the chairs, and everybody's kind of annoyed that I'm like, you know, and like for just some reason, the world loves that person and doesn't like me.
Yeah.
And a lot of that just has to do with that person seems like real. You know, and so I think about people all the time like that, and I think like I'm so envious. I wish I could light up a room like that, but then I get home to my relatively stable life, and I wonder like what those people are doing now, like what happens when the music turns off, and what are they left with when they're alone, and it makes my envy turn into something like sympathy, you know, and that's kind of what this movie is. Like, you're kind of annoyed by this character that Kieran plays, but by the end, hopefully, kind of like brokenhearted about who this person is and what they have to deal with when they're alone.
Yeah, I mean, when you originally were conceiving this, you imagined yourself playing the other character, correct?
Yeah.
And so you find yourself flipped and playing this character. How would this movie be different if you had flipped? Would you be happier?
Whatever money it... Yes. You know, it's so funny. Yes, I'm delusional. I just did this movie, Now You See Me 3, okay? And it's like a big... That's right. And, no, but like, so the movie's like a big Hollywood movie and everything, but I play this very confident, like, magician, and I'm an incredibly confident performer in the movie, and I end every day on those sets going, I did great. And I never have that feeling on sets ever, but because my character's so confident, I'm standing in a different way, my face is doing different things that are tricking my brain into thinking it's really happy, and it's like the most amazing thing. So in this movie, I kind of felt like diminished at the end of every day, because Kieran's character's like diminishing me.
Yeah. But you're also wearing, you're a director, writer, and actor there.
Yes.
You feel like somebody who's thinking through every moment there.
I am. But, you know, Kieran, I was like technically his boss, but because the nature of our characters in the movie, where he's like constantly condescending to me and making fun of me, he would do that like in between takes.
Yeah.
And so I did not have one feeling on the set, one day of feeling like in control. Or like, he was constantly just like, so he'd be kind of mean to me in a take, and then we'd call cut, and then he'd say, what stupid shot are you going to do now? And so like, I had no experience of feeling, you know, I guess, good.
Now, do you see that as like part of his genius, or is he just sort of being a dick to you and unprofessional?
I truthfully don't know. He came to the set a day before shooting. He was like, gave this unbelievable performance. I don't know if he read the script before he got to Poland, like before shooting. He sleeps like 2 hours a night. He was walking around Poland all night. I don't know. We got a call that his mattress was on the floor. Like, he's so unusual and so brilliant. Yeah. And so it was so great. So I just didn't want to tell him, like, hey, could you be nice? Because he was so great in the movie. Yeah. He's nice. He's a lovely, lovely person. But this dynamic we had was so all-encompassing that I didn't know how to separate out what was like the character and what was him, or what was I doing. Maybe I was also being self-deprecating in a punishing way because I was playing my role. I don't know.
Are you open? Is there improv in a process like this? Does it start with open space to like find and discover, as somebody who wrote this and sat with this for quite some time?
No, I mean, I don't like improv. You know, I'm not going to come up with something like funny, you know, on the set. You know, so, I mean, maybe, but it's like, you know, it's always like last-minute jokes that people improvise about spaghetti, you know, something stupid. But like,
as somebody who spent 30 years of my life doing improv, I want to tell you that is spot on.
No, but you weren't doing a Holocaust movie. You know what I mean?
Well, we got some pretty risque suggestions back in the day.
Right.
Yes. Give us a location. Okay. Well, maybe a new location.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, no. So, but this.
It feels like Kieran is if not an improviser, is loose in his performance style.
He's loose, but like he, you know, he wouldn't stand on a mark I gave him. So I had spent 3 months in Poland with my amazing Polish cinematographer, blocking out the shots and shot listing, and you have an idea of, all of the, this character standing here because the tree is on their left, which represents the, lack of roots in their life, whatever. And, and Kieran's like, I'm not going to stand anywhere near there. And I'm like, where are you going to stand? And he was like, I don't know, let's shoot it, see what happens. So but he was so good. He's so brilliant. You just said, okay, yeah, let's just follow him, and I can't make this great rootless metaphor anymore.
You film at a concentration camp in Poland.
Yeah.
What is that process like?
It took a long time to get access. These concentration camps are museums and cemeteries, so they don't want movies shooting there because most movies want to turn them into 1942 war movies where they have extras and Nazi uniforms. But what we did is it's a modern day Holocaust story. That's what the movie is. And so it took a long time to try to explain to them what we were doing and show that we actually had the same mission. Their mission is to show kind of modern tourists what these places are. And my mission, in a roundabout way, is to show modern movie audiences what these places are. So once we figured that we had a meeting of the minds, it turned into this amazing, beautiful relationship. And I also have to say, the people who run these concentration camps, they're not Jewish. They're young academics who could do any job that they want in Poland. They're brilliant, highly educated people. And these are the people that choose to spend their lives driving every day to a concentration camp and eat lunch at a concentration camp because they believe that they're doing good work, which they are. And I just felt as an American Jew who never thinks to memorialize my family history, I just had such indebtedness to these people who are doing it for no other reason than the good of their hearts.
Oh. This film is very thoughtful, a lot of very deliberate choices. One choice I was curious about. You, throughout the film, are wearing a shirt that you button one button.
That's right.
Not at the top, but the second button, and none of the bottom buttons beyond that.
That's right.
What is that choice all about?
Listen, Jordan, if that's not obvious, well, my character talks about like OCD in the movie, and it's like, you know, I know what that is, and you know, sometimes like, you know, that is like more of like a fixation rather than like a fashion choice.
Yeah.
So my character's not like a fashionable kind of person, but this is like a fixation kind of thing from his OCD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why.
That. I should have known it. Yeah. I should have known it.
You know, pretty much everybody else who saw the movie got it.
Shit, yeah. I know. I need to watch these things closer.
Yeah.
You've sat in this movie. You've created this film. It's now out in the world.
Yeah.
People really enjoy it, so much so that you have Academy Award nominations.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
With that comes promotion for Academy Award nominations. So you're on shows like this. You're doing all of this publicity tour.
Yeah.
How does that sit with someone like you? Do you like doing publicity for a movie like this? Well,
I've been wanting to do this show for 20-something years. I mean, yes. So this is amazing.
And does being here with me make you just a little bit happier?
This is amazing. Like, it's stuff like this is totally surreal. It really is.
Yeah.
And like, that's been. I was on like Terry Gross last week, and I felt like.
Stick on this one.
I know, and I was telling her this is terrible compared to the Daily Show with Jordan Klepper, and she said, I get it.
She gets it, right?
She gets it, and she said I might actually quit. So I didn't want to announce that here, but she's quitting because of the show.
Yes, hang it up, Terry. It's about time.
Yeah.
It's a truly remarkable film, and it feels like an adult film about grief that has so many entrance points for people who are sitting with these conversations in their own hands. So thank you for making that.
Thank you so much. What an honor to be here.
A Real Pain is in theaters. It's streaming now on Hulu. Jesse Eisenberg.